He had no pulse. He wasn't breathing. To the first responders, the man on the side of the highway was already gone. But then, out of the pouring rain, a woman in a long black dress appeared. What she did next, nobody could explain. Hello, and welcome to Purple Phantom Shorts, your cozy corner for relaxing true crime and unsolved mysteries. We tell stories about the strange and the unexplained, perfect for a quiet evening. If that sounds like your kind of mystery, please take a moment to gently tap the like button and subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Our story begins on a warm summer evening, June 28, 1980. A 38-year-old man named Robert Davidson was enjoying a motorcycle ride down Interstate 74 in Acton, Indiana. His wife held on tight as they cruised down the road. But the summer sky can be deceiving. Suddenly, dark clouds rolled in, and huge raindrops began to hit Robert's arms. He knew they needed to pull over and put on their rain gear. But before he could even slow down, there was a blinding flash of light. An incredible pain shot through Robert's entire body. The world went black, and he crumpled, falling from his bike onto the hard, wet ground. Within minutes, an ambulance raced to the scene. A paramedic named Kimberly Cobb rushed to Robert's side. She checked for a pulse, but there was nothing. His heart had stopped. As she and the other first responders worked frantically to save him, something truly strange happened. A woman, who seemed to appear from nowhere, ran towards them. She was dressed in an old-fashioned long black dress that was completely out of place. She was screaming, her voice filled with urgency. "Let me touch him," she yelled. "I can save him." The paramedics were stunned. Here was a man who was, for all intents and purposes, gone. They were trained for this, but nothing was working. And now, a stranger in antique clothing was begging to perform some kind of ritual. In their desperation, with nothing left to lose, they stepped back. The mysterious woman knelt beside Robert's body. At first, she just prayed, shouting up at the stormy heavens, demanding that this man's life be saved. Then, it was as if something took her over. She grabbed a Bible, held it high over her head, and when she opened her mouth again, it wasn't her own voice that came out. It was a powerful, strange voice, and it was speaking in a language that made no sense to anyone there. A flurry of words that sounded ancient and full of power. And then the impossible happened. Robert Davidson took a breath. Just as the paramedics stared in disbelief, the roar of a medical helicopter filled the air. It landed nearby, and the scene exploded into motion. In the rush to get Robert stabilized and onto the helicopter, everyone's attention was on him. By the time the helicopter lifted off, carrying Robert to the hospital, the chaos had passed. Kimberly and the other first responders were left standing on the side of the highway in the sudden silence. And the woman in black, she was gone. It was like she had vanished back into the rain and fields she came from. All they could do was stand there and ask themselves, what just happened? As it turns out, the spot where Robert was struck by lightning, the very field the woman seemed to disappear into, has a deep and unusual history. In the 1800s, it was the home of a place called the Acton Campground. This was a religious community for Methodists, famous for their incredibly loud and passionate prayer meetings that would draw thousands of people. The camp had a difficult history. It served as a hospital for Union soldiers during the Civil War until it mysteriously burned to the ground in 1864. It was rebuilt, only to be destroyed by another massive fire in 1905. When the story of Robert's miraculous recovery got out, some people started to connect the dots. The woman in black, her old-fashioned dress, her powerful and strange prayers. Could she have been the ghost of one of the Acton residents from the 1800s? A spirit from the old campground, pulled from the past by the emergency to save a life. Robert Davidson survived, thanks to a chain of events that no one can fully explain. The identity of the woman in black, and how she vanished so completely, remains a mystery to this day. Was she a ghost from a time long past? A guardian angel? Or just a stranger who happened to be in the right place at the right time? What do you believe happened on that rainy Indiana highway? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on Purple Phantom Shorts. If you enjoyed this story, Please show your support with a like and subscribe so you can join us for our next relaxing mystery. Until then, stay curious,